In Cambodia and Laos, two of the poorest countries in Southeast Asia, land that once fed these nations is now feeding the banks. The rising global demand for rubber is fueling a wave of land grabs that is pushing locals off the land, cutting down intact forests and flouting environmental and human rights laws. These land grabs are not only sponsored by the Cambodian and Lao governments, they are also backed by major Western banks and financial institutions. Corruption watchdog Global Witness has spent the past year investigating the two Vietnamese companies allegedly leading these land grabs, Hoang An Gia Lai, or HAGL, and the state-owned Vietnam Rubber Group, or VRG. Both companies have already tapped Vietnam's rubber resources, and now they're pushing into Cambodia and Laos, where they're leasing a land area half the size of Ireland in order to feed their rubber demands.
At the moment, what we're seeing is that rubber investments in Cambodia and Laos are benefiting a few, and it's the poor and most vulnerable who are paying all the costs.
Global Witness has unearthed proof that both HAGL and VRG are illegally logging protected primary forest, both inside and outside their land concessions. And the Cambodian and Lao governments are letting it happen, prioritising investment over existing environmental and social safeguards. It appears that HAGL and VRG have been able to openly circumvent the law and cultivate close ties with corrupt government officials. Through the use of subsidiary companies and affiliates, HAGL and VRG have now amassed more than 200,000 hectares of land across Cambodia and Laos, and no one is stopping them from doing as they please.
These kinds of large-scale land investments are supposed to have economic benefits. They're also supposed to be reducing poverty through, for example, the provision of jobs to local communities. However, our research and our evidence has shown that this is not happening, and the impacts so far have primarily been very, very negative for the local communities.
The land grabs are also drastically changing the landscape, destroying once pristine forests and leaving only empty wastelands that the locals cannot touch or use.
Land concessions are also the main driver of deforestation, so there are major concerns about the long-term environmental impact of this investment and agricultural policy.
This is not a localised issue. Major Western banks and financial institutions are funding both HAGL and VRG with huge investments. The International Finance Corporation, the investment arm of the World Bank, has invested in HAGL through a private equity fund. And Deutsche Bank has multi-million-dollar investments in both HAGL and VRG. Western backing legitimises the company's illegal activities and goes against the mandate of both investors to eradicate poverty in the countries they work in.
សម្រាប់អភិវឌ្ឍប៉ុន្តែគ្មានប្រយោជន៍អីសម្រាប់ដល់សុខខ្មែរយើងតាមនេះ
คือบ่เบิ่งบ่แย่งประชาชนนี่ให้ประชาชนอึดยากมากเพียงให้ประชาชนตายดับได้ไว้ล่ะเป็นจังซั่น
Global Witness wants the governments of Cambodia and Laos to suspend the activities of HAGL and VRG until proper investigations can be carried out. But secrecy and a lack of transparency, coupled with the increasing global demand for natural resources, may mean those recommendations fall on deaf ears.